Hey there, I'm Elyse Archer, founding team member and personal brand strategist with Brand Builders Group. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about something that I am so passionate and lit up about, which is how to create more inbound opportunities for you in your business. Now, I want to preface all of this by saying that if your role in your company is to create outbound opportunities, so you are in charge of sales, you are in charge of lead generation, or like you're doing cold calling or cold prospecting, I feel you, and this is still for you. So I'll give a little bit of backstory. So most of my career has been spent doing sales of some sort or doing sales coaching. And so before becoming a founding team member of the company that I am a part of now, Brand Builders Group, I spent most of my career selling digital advertising. I sold yellow pages at one point. I mean, gosh, you think about what's hard to sell, especially if you're cold calling. Trust me, it was yellow pages. I've sold sales coaching. I've done a lot of that. Like I have done the cold calling thing. I know how it goes. Yes, it can work. Yes, it's effective, but I also know how not fun it was. And so here's what I want to say is that very well may be a big piece of your business model. And if it is, that is cool. I also want to invite you though into imagining a world where people are coming to you instead of you having to reach out to them. And I just want to say that that is possible for you. And when we created Brand Builders Group last year, it was just all about personal branding strategy. One of our taglines is be a magnet, not a megaphone. And it is such a powerful way to think about the way you run your businesses. How can I be a magnet for the ideal people who I want to work with? How can I have them seeking me out, not the other way around? And so I want to share with you my 3 tips to really creating these inbound opportunities in your space, right? For your business, people seeking you out to work with you. And the first is just that you have to be visible. And I know that there's a lot of, like hang-ups and sometimes some fear that comes along with being visible. But if you're going to create inbound opportunities, you need to show up. You need to be visible online or wherever your ideal clients are so that they can get to know you. Now, if being visible freaks you out, especially if it's on video, I'll include a link below. I have a program that I launched recently called Video Confidence Coaching, and I launched it simply because I had so many people saying, hey, I know I need to be visible on video, but I come to a screeching halt the moment the record goes live on my camera. And so I've created this program that can help with that. But that's not specifically what this video is about. But what I would say is being visible, especially on video, is critical for you to grow your brand and for you to have ideal clients reaching out to you. So that's the first thing, is you got to be there. You got to show up wherever your ideal clients are. The second is you've got to give value. Now, I know that you hear this. I know this is not something new, but what I want you to really think about is, do I have a calendar scheduled where every day I know what I'm going to talk about, what question I'm going to answer of my ideal prospect, and how I'm going to give value to them? And we need to stop being so afraid of giving away what we know. Information is a commodity. People do not pay for information anymore. Hello, Google, right? Like, people are just they can get the information they want. People will pay. What they will pay you for is organization and application of that information. And so do not be afraid to share what you know and to give away everything you know for free, one bite at a time. That's how you're going to grow your expertise. That's how you're going to get people wanting to come back to you, wanting to engage with you, reaching out and saying, wow, like if what he or she shared in that video was so powerful, I can only imagine what it would be like to get them to help me and work with me. And when I think about the coaches, the service providers that I have paid 4-5-figure investments to, it has always been because they have given me so much value on the front end that it's made me really think about, okay, if I could get this much from them and I trust them, I trust that they know what they're talking about, what would it look like to get their specific help with my situation? So don't be afraid to give away value for free. But then the third thing, and this is key, is you've got to have solid backend systems set up to accommodate and to receive the inbound opportunities that you're going to get for your business. Now, I will be the first to say that if you are looking for someone who's like super technical, super like into all the tech behind the funnels and stuff that you can build in your business, I'm not your person. I have members of my team who are great at that, but that personally, it's not my expertise, nor is it something that lights me up. So there's really two different ways you can do this. One is you can just hire the right people to build the right back-end funnels, where essentially what happens is as you become more visible, you're going to get a lot of people reaching out to you saying, hey, I saw your video on this. I read your blog on this. Can you come speak at our conference? Can you come speak to our team? Can I work with you as a coach? That's going to happen. But if you don't have the right back-end infrastructure set up to accommodate them, then you're going to miss out on opportunities, and then it's really like all for naught. So you either hire the right people to build the proper back-end, or you set up some really simple, just kind of like copy and paste follow-up messages that you can send to people when they reach out. And this is what I did for years and years, and I'm in the process now of building some more sophisticated back-end funnels. But guys, I'll tell you, it works just to have some really simple follow-up processes in place. So one of the things that you'll see is some of you will reach out and send me a connection request, specifically on LinkedIn. So I do most of my brand building on LinkedIn. You'll send me a connection request as a result of this video. And I have certain periods of the month where I batch following up with those connection requests. Now, because there are so many that come in, and it's typically anywhere from 50 to a couple hundred per video, I have to batch it. And I'm not saying that to say like, gosh, my content is so good. It's just to say, man, this stuff really works. But you can create that in your business too, but you have to have the right back end system set up to start engaging with those people, right? That's what this is all about, is engaging and developing and building a relationship. And so I have kind of copy and paste messages that I'll send to someone that's like, hey, thanks so much for reaching out. Can you tell me what prompted your request? Is there anything that I can do to help? And that initial response, I'll be very upfront, that is typically, unless I know the person or unless they send something like a reason why they were connecting, then I'm just sending that copy and paste response when I accept the connection request. When they write back, that's when it starts to turn into a real conversation and something where it's like it's a different, deeper connection at that point. So I'll be very upfront that an initial response, and you guys will see it if you send me a connection request, that is like I have an assistant who does it now, but it's like it is a copy and paste, because there is no way that I could write back to every single person who sends in a connection request with something custom, especially, quite frankly, if they don't spend the time to tell me why they wanted to connect. If someone spends the time and is like, hey, I really appreciated your video on this, I'm interested in having you work with me or talk to my team, they're going to get a custom message all day long. But I would say the vast majority of people who will reach out to you and who reach out to me as well, they just hit the connect button, which is totally fine. But I want to know why they connected. And so I'm sending this follow-up message to find out and to drive the conversation further. So the whole point of that, though, is that you can do this and you can have good back-end systems set up, and it doesn't have to take you forever, and you don't have to have a lot of money or tech invested into building up your back-end systems. So all of that to say, I know this is a little bit of a longer video than I typically do. So for those of you who are still with me, thank you. I hope this was of service to you, because I am really passionate about helping you become someone who generates those inbound opportunities. You are an expert in your space. You are a leader at what you do, and you deserve to have people reaching out to you, asking for your expertise, for your guidance, instead of you having to play the price game, the cold outreach game. Like, you can do this and you can master this. It just takes having some of these specific systems in place. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have additional questions I can help with. And I will look forward to creating another video for you guys in the coming days. And as always, striving to provide a lot of value for you. So wishing you a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.